Welcome to Black Excellist, where we spotlight Black culture, Black prosperity, and Black ambition. In today's video, we're celebrating the top 10 most expensive art pieces by African American artists ever sold. The world of art has been profoundly shaped by the extraordinary contributions of African American artists, whose works command both critical acclaim and record-breaking prices. So without further ado, let's get started. Carrie James Marshall, born in Birmingham, Alabama, is a renowned African-American artist celebrated for his vivid portrayals of Black life. His 1997 painting, Past Times, is a monumental piece that depicts African Americans engaging in leisure activities in a pastoral setting, challenging traditional representations of Black subjects in art. The work sold for $21.1 million at Sotheby's in 2018, setting a record for a living African American artist. Today, the acclaimed artist is continuing to shape contemporary art through major exhibitions and public projects. Marshall also remains a vocal advocate for institutional equity, pushing museums to expand their representation of Black artists. Mark Bradford, the Los Angeles-based artist renowned for his textured, socially charged abstractions, transforms everyday materials like billboard paper, rope, and street debris into powerful commentaries on race, inequality, and urban decay. His 2007 painting, Helter Skelter 1, a visceral reflection on the turbulence of city life, sold for $12 million at Phillips in 2018, setting his auction record. Recently, Bradford has expanded his practice with immersive, large-scale works that incorporate digital mapping and found textures, exploring themes of displacement and collective memory. He has also engaged in community-focused projects, using art as a tool for activism and dialogue in marginalized neighborhoods. Julie Maritu, the Ethiopian-born artist celebrated for her monumental, multi-layered abstractions, creates sweeping canvases where architectural plans, maps, and gestural marks collide in dynamic visual narratives. Her 2007 masterpiece, Walkers with the Dawn and Morning, exemplifies this approach, selling for $10.7 million at Sotheby's, New York in 2021, setting a record at the time for an African-born female artist. Recently, Maritu has pushed her practice into bold new territories, experimenting with cutting-edge techniques that merge traditional painting with digital processes. Beyond the canvas, she's become increasingly involved in cultural advocacy, supporting emerging artists and fostering dialogues about art's role in societal transformation. Hervin Anderson, the British-Jamaican artist celebrated for his evocative explorations of memory, place, and cultural identity, creates vibrant paintings that oscillate between figuration and abstraction. His 1998 work Audition, a dreamlike depiction of a swimming pool scene, sold for over $10 million at Christie's London in 2021, shattering his auction record. Recently, Anderson has deepened his focus on landscapes and architectural spaces, using lush brushwork and layered perspectives to examine diasporic experiences and the fluidity of belonging. Anderson has also expanded into larger-scale installations, incorporating subtle nods to Caribbean visual culture while questioning notions of home and displacement. Through these projects, he continues to redefine contemporary painting with his poetic, deeply personal vision. David Hammons, the fiercely independent American artist, has spent decades subverting art world conventions through his radical, poetic, and often provocative works. His 2000 piece Untitled, a hauntingly beautiful snowball sculpture embedded with flecks of dirt and urban debris, sold for $8 million at Sotheby's, New York in November 2013, shattering expectations for his market. Hammons' practice defies easy categorization, blending performance, found objects, and social critique with a street alchemist's touch. In his latter years, Hammons have seen him deepen his exploration of racial politics and American mythologies through increasingly layered installations. Though he deliberately avoids the spotlight, his influence looms large. Younger artists cite his fearless blending of activism and aesthetics as foundational. Amy Cherald, the acclaimed artist best known for her iconic portrait of Michelle Obama, redefines contemporary portraiture with her signature grayscale skin tones set against vivid, surreal backdrops. Her 2015 painting The Bathers, depicting two Black women in swimsuits, reclaiming narratives of leisure and dignity, sold for $4.26 million at Phillips in 2020, far exceeding expectations. Recently, Cherald has continued to expand her exploration of Black identity and resilience, creating intimate yet monumental portraits that celebrate everyday moments of joy and introspection. Her latest works experiment with dynamic patterns and symbolic props, weaving in subtle references to art history while centering Black subjects in spaces of quiet power. Njitica Akunili Crosby, the Nigerian-born, Los Angeles-based artist, masterfully blends painting, drawing, and photo transfers to create layered visual narratives of cultural duality and belonging. Her 2017 work, Bush Babies, a tender yet complex domestic scene interwoven with Nigerian textiles and imagery, sold for nearly $3.4 million at Sotheby's, New York in 2018, establishing her auction record. In recent years, Akunili Crosby has further refined her signature style, crafting intricate compositions where personal and collective memories collide. Her newest pieces delve deeper into themes of migration and intimacy, often incorporating archival family photos and vibrant African patterns into richly textured surfaces. Symone Lee, the groundbreaking American artist and Venice Biennale Golden Lion winner, creates monumental sculptures that celebrate Black womanhood while interrogating histories of labor, care, and resistance. Her 2022 work, Stick, a striking bronze figure blending West African and Kisi traditions with modernist forms, achieved $2.7 million at Christie's in May 2023, underscoring her meteoric market rise. Recently, Lee has pushed her practice into ambitious new territory, crafting immersive installations where architectural elements and performative objects create sacred spaces for communal reflection. Beyond gallery walls, she's become a leading voice in institutional transformation, advocating for radical hospitality in museum spaces through collaborative projects that center Black feminist thought. With each work, Lee builds what she calls a grammar of autonomy, transforming clay and metal into profound declarations of presence. Rashi Johnson, the visionary American artist, interrogates race, identity, and existential anxiety through a bold, multidisciplinary practice that spans painting, sculpture, and installation. His 2020 work, Anxious Red Painting, December 18th, a visceral explosion of crimson strokes and scratched markings from his iconic Anxious Men series, sold for $1.95 million at Christie's in 2021, cementing his auction record. Recently, Johnson has expanded his exploration of collective unease, weaving organic materials like shea butter and tropical plants into textured, symbolic landscapes that pulse with cultural memory. His latest creations delve deeper into abstraction, employing fractured mirrors, oxidized grids, and collaborative performance to map the complexities of Black masculinity in contemporary society. Beyond the studio, he's embraced large-scale public projects and filmmaking. Shabbala Self, the trailblazing American artist, constructs vibrant mixed-media works that reclaim narratives around Black femininity through exaggerated forms and arresting textures. Her 2015 painting Out of Body, a defiant celebration of autonomy and self-possession, sold for $382,000 at Christie's in 2019, marking her auction breakthrough. Recently, Self has pushed her practice into new dimensions, crafting sculptural canvases where sewn fabrics, printed textiles, and bold brushstrokes converge to amplify the corporeal presence of her subjects. Simultaneously, her growing influence has been cemented through collaborations with major museums and global exhibitions, where her work sparks urgent dialogues about representation and desire. We appreciate the fact that you stayed until the end. Thank you for spending time with us, and don't forget to like this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so that you never miss a video. Bye for now. We will see you tomorrow.